Yeah, again, me, your messenger, as usual. Bear with me, guys. The Lord gives me lots of dreams for individual and for mass. So, as much as He pressurized me to deliver them, I have no choice. So, it was Monday. Early hours of the morning of Monday, I had a dream. The Spirit of the Lord took me to Manchester City. I know nothing about soccer, guys. I know nothing. I don't even know what's happening with Manchester. I even wrote on Facebook on Monday. I'm like, guys, what's happening with Manchester City? Because I wanted to understand from the dream that God gave me. So the Spirit of the Lord took me to Manchester City. And it's like they were standing on the stage, the players. They were standing on the stage with sad faces, and they were saying goodbyes to their fans. Their fans were standing on the ground, but the players were standing on the stage, and they were saying goodbyes to their fans with sad faces. And on the right hand side there was a rope that was tied from corner to corner, and their leaders, like for the Manchester team, like I don't know how, but their leaders of the Manchester team, they were sneaking out and using that rope to sneak out there. It was a thin rope. They had to walk through that thin rope to go back, and at the back there were towing cars. You know those cars that tow our cars when the car broke down, or all those kind of things. So those towing cars, they were collecting something at Manchester. They were collecting something at the back. They were collecting something. They were collecting. There were even trucks. They were collecting something, as if something was going down there. And the Lord was like, it's there, like they are losing season. As a towering truck was collecting, instead of uh, uh, instead of delivering something, they were collecting. And their leaders, like, they were sneaking out. They were walking on a thin ice. Yes, they were, thank you, Holy Spirit, they were walking on a thin ice. When you walk in a room, I saw this on Facebook. I can't remember when. There were people, like, they went on a holiday on a mountain. They were sitting at the top of the mountain with something. I can't explain it, guys, but to get to that place, like, you were sitting on the air, but there was a rope that you have to use to get to that place. It was like, yeah, did something with somebody who had no phobia or something to get to that place. So those Manchester's leaders, they were walking on the left, like on a thin rope, and they were sneaking out. Like, they couldn't handle what was happening on that side. And the Lord was like, it's their losing season now, as they were saying goodbye to their fans. Like, I'm telling you, they had sad faces, and it was not, I'm telling you, Manchester United, I don't know, guys, if they are going to be relegated, something like that. They will face relegation, because it's their losing season. That's how God was showing me in this dream. I don't know what's happening. I'm not a soccer fan. I don't even know what's happening with Manchester and all this kind of thing. But the Spirit of the Lord took me there to show me that it's their losing season, and their leaders are walking on a thin ice, and the players were not happy. They were saying goodbye to their fans. So Manchester fans and people just know that things are not good. They are not looking good. And one thing, I don't know, maybe God gave me this dream because I loved Pepe, I can't pronounce his surname. The time he was a coach for Barcelona, that time. But I love that man. Like, I know his skills and all those kind of things. Back then, when I was Oh, I used to follow soccer, but now it's been years since I've been following. I'm not following. Maybe that's why God gave me a dream, because I could see that he's the coach there and he's so devastated. So Manchester fans, just know that it's your losing season, and you might face relegation because your leaders are walking on a thin ice, and the touring trucks are coming to collect. Collect. They were collecting. That's the dream that God gave me, guys. Nothing else. Yes.